Bro, you're gonna put me through work for the editing job on this one. Now I was saying, how did you like balance high school and like training with us and stuff like that?
Yeah, yeah, oh yeah. Yeah, there would be days where we would have say a game on Friday, and I'd be at school. I'd be worried with all this work because it was at homework for class. Um, and those days where you have to stay hydrated and be drinking water throughout the day. And I'd always forget my water cup or whatever, and to be drinking water throughout the day. And I just wouldn't be prepared. I had to after school was over, I'd be rushing to the stadium, and sometimes I'd be late. But the good thing is they wouldn't find us because I was on an academy contract, so I would I wouldn't get too mad about it. But it was tough just trying to balance it out with work and soccer. But now I'm happy with everything, so I'm all just focused on soccer, obviously.
No, for sure. Did you feel like burnout at all?
I wouldn't say burnt out. It was just tough to balance. I'd say it was just a lot. There'd be days where I'd even have training because also I was playing high school, so I had to balance high school soccer, school, and then SAFC as well. So it was just a lot. And then I don't know, I had to really balance it out throughout my day, do work. I'd come home after training. Well, actually, I would train in the morning and then head to school in the afternoon. And then I'd be at school for a couple hours and then get back home and then do whatever work I had to do for the classes.
What do you call it? Did your high school still have you like training, or did they just let you play games?
No, I think I would train just once or twice a week with them. And then obviously I play with the games with them.
Yeah,
But there would be times where I'd just be going to the games.
no, for sure, because that's way too much like time, bro.
Yeah, it's a lot.
Were your school like very supportive in terms of like balancing that kind of stuff? Did they understand that you obviously were trying to like do something and make something of yourself here, innit?
Yeah, when I first signed the academy contract, they were supportive in balance or giving me the right set of classes and the right time for me to show up. So I was really grateful on that and on their part, because they understood, how big of an opportunity this was. And also the coach for my high school was really supportive. He's one that really progressed me as a player to then reach and sign an academy contract. So
Yeah,
I think they did everything perfect.
for sure, man. Shout out to them. So when did you ever think of going to college then?
Yeah, I did. I mean, my freshman, sophomore, junior year in high school, that's all I was thinking about. Getting to a good college, getting my education, and hopefully, just doing well in college. Um, and so that was on my mind until senior year when I was getting good minutes and things were going well, and I had committed to NC State, but then I had to think about it more and decided this could be a better option.
Yeah,
And I ended up signing a real pro contract. And after I didn't really, I wasn't hesitant about it. I knew this was the best option for me in terms of progressing my career. And, my family and everyone was supportive about it. And so I'm happy with that.
yeah. Well, okay. Why did you decide to change your mind before like making the decision?
Uh, I,
Because I remember like when it was during that period, and I think Ethan was on like something about the same minute.
yeah,
And
yeah,
like, I remember talking to him, I was like, so like, what are you thinking? Like, you're gonna go college, or you gonna just
yeah,
like stay here? So I remember like at the time, like you're obviously on a like get college done and stuff like that. But you're doing so well that the opportunity was there. But yeah, you speak up more on it. What was going through your head when you decided to change your decision? Yeah.
Obviously it's a lot because I was going to stay on, on a full scholarship, and so that's like a big deal. So it's a lot to pass up on, and so that was on the back of my mind. I could be missing out on a lot. Just the college life, the education, playing at a high level as well.
Yeah.
And so I had to really speak to my parents and see what they thought, because they were always big on getting to college, getting the education, and then, getting a job for yourself. But like I said, things were going so well for me, and I was loving what I was doing at the time, and I felt so confident on the field during that time, and I felt everything was going well. And so I feel like if I would have gone to college, it would have been some time, off that I could be progressing my career, in a professional way. So that's really what was going on in my mind.
No, for sure. What do you call it? So when you've now obviously signed your pro, how did you how did you hear about making your first debut? Did you know that you were were you told like you're gonna be on the bench, or like were you told, or did it just kind of happen?
It just kind of happened. They didn't even mention it or nothing. They were, just if you get on the field, enjoy it, express yourself, all that good stuff. But I
Mhm.
didn't even get a heads up or nothing. I was just, you have to be ready in that situation. So
Yeah.
I was to get in and get some minutes, which it's crazy at first because you kid my age, never playing in a stadium like that, or you know around players like that. So it was sick, honestly.
Were you nervous? Like, what was going through your head? Like, when obviously you've now given the call from down the line saying you're about to come on, like, and now you're on the side of the referee about to go on. Like, what was going through your mind at that time? Were you nervous?
Uh,
Were you excited?
nah, I was just excited. Yeah, I was just really excited just to get on the field, and I've been waiting a while for that, and it was a dream come true, because a kid born in the city and playing for the team
Mm.
is crazy, and having your family there and everyone watching is just crazy. I remember they called me out. They were like, Jose, and then I'm like, oh, here we go. I didn't know. And so I'm just running, and then like I think it was Restrepo or someone. They were on the bench and they were like, oh, he's nervous. He's nervous. I'm like, nah, dude. But nah, I was just excited, bro. And when I got on the field, I just enjoyed it.
No, for sure. Oh, what do you call it? When you scored your first goal, like, what was going through your mind? That one.
Oh, that was scenes, bro. That was scenes. Like, because we had a good crowd that game. We had a pretty good crowd, and to score the winning goal was even crazier. Honestly, I don't even remember. I scored, and all I remember is just me like running to the corner, celebrating, jumping, and then I looked back at it after on the phone, on San Antonio's Instagram, and I'm just like, wow, that really just happened. And that Ethan had scored that day too,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
Ethan
yeah.
I played with since we were 12 back in the academy. So that
Damn.
was a special day for both of us to both score, and obviously win the game. It was crazy.
How was it going back to school after you scored that goal?
Everyone everyone was hyping me up so much. And I thought I was walking down the hall, I was like all big and all this stuff. My friends were hyping me up, but nah, it was cool for sure because they would keep up with all the San Antonio FC stuff.
Yeah, what do you call it? I used to like even like your academy teammates used to come to the games, isn't it? Like I usually like saw like a bunch of them like with like
Yeah,
a couple players. Yeah, that was sick.
yeah, those were my boys. They would go to like every game. Joey, yeah, I think you probably knew Joey, the keeper
Yeah,
that would
yeah,
train with.
yeah. He trained with us a couple of times, isn't it?
Yeah, Joey would be there almost every game. Theo, Angel, all those guys, they would go support us. So big up to them.
Yeah.
They were.
When would you say you started getting like proper comfortable with everything in terms of speed of play and feeling comfortable and it becoming somewhat of a normality player now?
I think towards the end of last season, I started getting more confidence in my ability. Um, and mostly just this year. With the team we have, they've helped me, learn new things, as well as just being, staying healthy off the field, like not eating. Because my first season, I wasn't really, eating as healthy. I was like, I don't know, just eating stuff I shouldn't have. And now I'm taking it seriously. And obviously it's going well for me. So, hopefully, I can keep doing that.
For sure, man. What were your thoughts and what were your goals like coming into like your next season after that, after finishing so well?
I wanted to become a regular starter, and that was always a goal of mine, even since the beginning of last season. I just wanted to even get a couple, because last season I think I had one goal in the whole season. I'm not sure if I had assists, but obviously this next season, my goal is just to help the team as much as I could, and hopefully become a regular starter. And so, like I said, I think it's going well, and it's just down to me to keep pushing and end off strong.
Sure. How was it dealing with like a new team? Because obviously there was a lot of changes from last year to this year. Like, has it been easier? Has it been harder, or is it just kind of normal?
Um, I think it's been easy. I think because obviously it's a whole different environment though. It's a whole different environment. Like, I think we only had a couple of players from last season,
Yeah.
from and at first, it was difficult because I would only talk to Christian, Matt, the guys that were here last season, and so it took time for me to get comfortable and start talking to them. But they were all, younger. We have a pretty young team, I'd say,
Yeah.
so it wasn't that hard to just talk to them, and we sooner or later started getting that chemistry, and we're on a good run right now. So.
No, for sure. What other things would you say are like different? Like you said,
Uh,
there's a lot. It's like the environment's different now. Like, what did you mean by that?
um, just everyone is focused on one goal, and everyone just has a ruthless mentality. When we're on the field, it's just constant press. Like, we don't stop running, and it's hard on defense because we're just constantly running. So we have to win the ball back, and we have to keep it, because if not, we're just gonna be
Yeah.
pressing the whole. But everyone's on the same page, and everyone holds each other accountable for, even if you're late to training or late to anything, they'll see that. So I just think everything. I don't know. We just have a good environment around the team right now.
Leroy, what are you taking?